Brought to you by the Every Dollar app. Start budgeting for free today.
I just inherited about $1.5 million.
Wow.
And I'm getting married in a little over 3 months, and so I want to know if I should get a prenup or not.
Wow. How old are you?
I'm 22.
Whoa.
Where'd the money come from?
My grandpa was a successful businessman in hardware stuff, and so I have he had about $500,000 in stocks, and then he loaned his business about $1 million, and so I get loan repayments on that. And then he owned his business building, and then my mother's house, and just various accounts they have.
Are you getting cash? $1 million cash?
No, she's getting $500,000 cash and then payments on $1 million.
Through all the rest.
Yeah, so $500,000 in cash, $500,000 in stocks, and then the rest in business notes mostly.
Yeah.
Okay.
Before this happened, did you have any money?
I was pretty good with my money and had a pretty...
How much money did you have before this happened?
I had $10,000.
Okay. You didn't have any money. Okay. And
that's some.
Well, I know it's not like you had. It's not like you already had $500,000. Is what I'm talking about.
For those of you that say
There's a little difference in a $500,000 or $1.5 million and $10,000. Okay. Now the fiance, does he have any money?
Not a ton.
What's he do?
He graduated college, and his parents have a franchise called Mosquito Joe that he was going to take over, but he's done some work to start it up, but I'm just a little concerned that the inheritance has made him it's created less pressure for him to work.
That's a different question than do I need a prenup? Okay? That is, you need pre-marriage counseling.
Okay.
When is the wedding scheduled?
November 20th.
I'm sorry? November what?
20th.
Oh, November 20th of this year.
November 20th.
So two or 3 months. Have y'all been through pre-marriage counseling yet?
We did one group thing, but not individual.
Okay. You need to do some intensive marriage counseling where you say to him what you said to us.
Okay.
That's very important. Okay? Because here's the problem. Money does not cause people to have problems. It exposes problems that they have. It magnifies the good and the bad in you and in him. And what you're saying is this has magnified a lack of work ethic or something along those lines, a lack of motivation or whatever we want to call it, and this seems to have made it worse, it feels like, to you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Did he know that you were going to be getting this money? Was this a conversation, or was it a little bit out of the blue for both of you?
Well, so we had been together about 5 years, and then my dad passed away, so that's how I inherited it.
I'm sorry, Molly.
Wow. Yeah, you've been through a lot, kiddo. All right, so the point is this. Yes, I do want you to get a prenup, and I'll come back in a minute and explain why. I don't believe in prenups very often, but occasionally I do. What I don't want you to do is to think your prenup is going to fix your fiance. It doesn't. It just helps you escape him if it goes completely bad. Okay? So you've got to go in and have real clear relational goals with him, and that's 90% of solving the problem you called about. 10% is the prenup piece of paper. If you've got to fix a future spouse with a prenup, you shouldn't get married, is my point, because the prenup won't fix them. It's like doing a contract with a crook. Contracts don't make crooks suddenly honest. They're still going to find a way to crook you.
Yeah.
Okay? Contracts are not magical documents. They don't suddenly give people character. And prenups are not magical documents. They don't suddenly solve relationship issues that have been exposed by this newfound money. So I want you to really, really, really lean into that. And a good friend of mine asked me this morning, he said his daughter's getting ready to get engaged, and he wanted advice on what to tell the young man talking to him about his hand in marriage to his daughter. I said, FPU and pre-marriage counseling. You have pre-marriage counseling alone will set you up detailed in depth. Rachel and Winston did it. Denise and Bill did it. Daniel and Allison did it. And I mean, they're married. These poor people are married into the Ramsey family. They need counseling. So, right. And it's deal with the family of origin that looks like this one. Oh my God. And so, yeah, you got to do it, Molly. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Now, the reason I would tell you a yes on a prenup is not because of what you're concerned about with him. It's because anytime there's a great disparity, like a huge pile of money like you've got versus no money like he's got, it brings out weirdness in the extended family. Like his mother leans over and says, well, honey, you don't have to work so hard, you know. It brings out weirdness in the extended family. And there's always crazy in every family, folks. And if you think there's not crazy in your family, that means it's you. So you've got to know that this $1.5 million, it's going to warp your relationship with them. And one of the things a prenup does is it helps him not be susceptible to the other family influences that are weirded out by this money. Okay?
Okay.
It doesn't fix him, but it gives you guys some tools to say, look, this money's just not accessible for that. It's not accessible for Mosquito Joe. Sorry, we're not doing it. And by the way, Mosquito Joe's a great little franchise. We're actually a customer.
Yeah.
So,
and Molly, and you guys,
the great financial prospect.
Yeah, and you guys, I mean, y'all been together since 16 years old, 17?
Mm-hmm. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So I mean, and again, not that you can't marry your high school sweetheart by any means, but I mean, I do think a good counseling or therapy, honestly, before you walk into this is going to be huge, because there's habits or routines or just this kind of like way you guys have been doing life since you're 17.
Yeah.
That having a professional sit down and kind of just shake up the dynamic a little bit.
Change the high school romance into
which
a
is
marriage.
good. Yeah. I'm like, because it's a totally different ball game. And you're kind of feeling that now all of a sudden when you're out on your own and here's your soon to be husband thinking, oh my gosh, is he gonna carry his weight? And all of that needs to be exposed and fleshed out beforehand. So you're not crazy, Molly. This is a flag.
Because the disparity is so wide, I would get a prenup. Otherwise, I would not, folks. And don't think the prenup's going to fix the relationship. Create your free every dollar budget today, the simplest way to budget for your life.